You.
You just watched the English subtitles run out of ideas. 5 characters. 1 word. Repeated. And the translation can only repeat the same word back. Evening. 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 That repetition is not a mistake. It is the entire point. The composer built this song around tautology, saying the same thing over and over until meaning collapses. In 12 minutes, I'll show you 3 layers of how. The song is Abuku Bubble by Yorushika. Released April 22, 2026. The opening theme for the anime Liar Game. And the kanji that 5 repeats in the final chorus is you, meaning evening. 3 things, in order. Number 1. Why repeating the same character makes meaning collapse into pure sound. Number 2. 1 shift earlier in the song, same sound, completely different kanji, completely different meaning. Number 3. Why an 800-year-old Japanese poetry tradition makes this move feel ancient and deliberate. Episode 007. Yorushika Abuku. The title Abuku means bubble. Simple word. The kind a child uses for soap foam in a bath. But in Japanese, there is an Edo period idiom abukazini, bubble money. Fortune that arrives without effort and vanishes just as fast. The kind of money that does not stay. Hold that thought. The anime is Liar Game. It follows a university student named Now, dragged into a tournament where players deceive each other for millions of yen. Win. Lose. Win again. The money is always about to disappear. The game never ends. That is the show that needed an opening theme. Now look at 2 lines from the song. 1 from the first chorus. 1 from the final chorus. Same sound. Same rhythm. Completely different kanji. Here is the question that the next 3.5 minutes will answer. Why does the writer swap the character but keep the sound? Here are the 3 layers the song hides. Layer 1. The composer of Yorushika is a man who works under the name n-buna. When this song dropped, he gave a public comment about it. This song called Abuku, I wrote it while composing it while making it, with tautology, that is, tautological repetition, synonymous repetition, as its theme. Listen to the structure. Wrote it. Composed it. Made it. 3 verbs for the same act, lined up in a row, as if 1 word for creating a song was not enough. The sentence is performing the same trick the song performs. The explanation is shaped like the thing it explains. It gets stronger. He ends the comment with this, I pray, I wish, and pray again. In Japanese, inori, negai, sashai de nada mesu. He opens with pray. He closes with pray. The shape is a loop. The text of the explanation is doing the same thing the lyrics are doing. So we have a composer who declared, on record, that tautology, repetition that does not advance, is the method. Now we can look at the song and see exactly where the method shows up. 2 kanji. Both read you. Look at them side by side.
You,
leisurely. It is made of the radical for heart, kokoro, beneath a phonetic component that originally meant flowing water. So inside this character is the heart, sitting under water that moves. It is the emotional stillness of water moving without resistance.
You,
evening. One of the oldest pictographs in Japanese. A crescent shape. The moon at dusk, before it has fully risen. Where you carries psychological peace, you carries temporal ending. One is being unhurried. The other is being almost out of time. n-buna uses the same sound, you, in both phrases. But he swaps the character. Early in the song, you. Inner calm. By the final chorus, you. The end of the day. The emotional temperature drops. The character choice is the arc of the song. And in the final chorus, he doesn't write you once. He writes it 5 times in a row. You. In English that becomes evening, and at that point the translation has given up on meaning and is just counting. Here is the move underneath the move. When you repeat any word enough times, in any language, it stops referring to anything. Try it. Say spoon 30 times out loud. At some point the sound disconnects from the object. The mouth is making a noise, the noise has stopped being a spoon. Psychologists call this semantic satiation. The word becomes a sound. n-buna weaponizes this. 5 U in a row, the character is no longer evening. It is a rhythm. A chant. A sound object. The reader's eye keeps seeing the same shape, the reader's inner voice keeps making the same noise, the meaning falls out the bottom. And the English subtitle? The subtitle is the most honest translator in the world. It translates you as evening. It translates you as evening evening. It translates you. 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 You as evening 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 evening. The translation didn't fail. It succeeded completely, and the success is what shows you exactly where the language runs out. Once meaning is gone, only counting is left, and the counting is the same in both languages. One more thing before we move on. N-buna's tautology does not live only in the lyrics. It runs 4 layers deep. His statement about the song uses the same looping grammar the song uses. The lyrics swap one character for another that sounds identical. The music video uses Escher-style impossible loops. And Liar Game itself is a tautological machine, the game resets, the question is always who can you trust, and there is no exit. We will come back to those 4 layers in culture. For now, the decode payoff is this. The word you is being asked to do something a word is not built to do. It is being asked to repeat until it dissolves. Decode showed you what the song is doing. Learn is for what you can take with you to the next song you listen to. 3 tools. The character U is one of the oldest pictographs in the Japanese writing system. It shows the moon, but specifically the crescent moon of dusk, not yet fully risen. The character Suki, for moon, shows the full arc U omits part of that arc. The day is not over. The night is not begun. The character is the visual shape of not yet. The classical scholar Shizuka Shirakawa, whose life's work was tracing how ancient East Asian cultures wrote feelings into the shapes of characters, identified you as a pictograph of the moment of transition. Not the end. The edge of ending. 3-piece set. U, literal, the crescent moon of dusk. Meaning, the liminal moment before nightfall, the edge of ending, in classical Japanese verse, the site of longing and impermanence. Japanese has more than 60 characters that can be read U. This is not a glitch in the language. It is a resource. Where English evening does one job, U in Japanese can refer to evening, U. Or leisure, U. Or superiority, U. Or play, U. Or friendship, U. Or existence, U. One sound. A whole field of meaning. And the writer chooses which character to make visible. 3-piece set. U, literal, evening. Meaning, temporal end, the crescent moon moment. U, literal, leisurely. Meaning, psychological calm, water-like stillness of the heart. U, literal, play. Meaning, wandering freely, without fixed destination. Here is the rule. In J-pop lyrics, when you see multiple U words close together, the writer is almost always playing the field. That is the move n-buna makes in Abuku. U and U share the sound but divide the emotional territory. The same syllable does opposite work. Repeating the same character, not as a stutter, but as incantation, is a recognized move in Japanese. The classical grammar term for lexical repetition is jugo. Stacked word. You see it in everyday Japanese iro, various, tokidoki, sometimes, tokorodokoro, here and there. Small, useful, no drama. But in poetry, in ritual, in song, repetition does something further. It shifts a word from meaning to sound. From language to prayer. No theater. Shinto liturgy, norito. Both use formulaic repetition. When a word is said 5 times in a ceremony, it stops being a word. It becomes a tone. A rhythm. A request sent to something larger than language. 3-piece set. Jugo, literal, stacked word. Meaning, a word or character repeated for emphasis, rhythm, or to shift from denotation to sound texture. The next time you read J-pop lyrics and see the same character 2, 3, 5 times in a row, that is not careless writing. That is a very old choice. The composer is using a form that predates pop music by at least 800 years. Decode showed how the trick works. Learn gave you the tools. Culture answers the bigger question. Why this character? Why you, and not any of the other 60 U kanji? The answer is that n-buna did not pick you from a flat field. He picked it from a tradition. The character U has been doing emotional labor in Japanese poetry for at least 800 years. The Shin Kokinshu, the imperial anthology compiled around the year 1205, considered the highest achievement of classical Japanese verse, is saturated with it. The poets Fujiwara no Taika and Seijio built much of their reputations on the dusk. Not the morning. Not the noon. The hour the day is almost done. Why? Because the Japanese cultural sense of dusk is not neutral. Dusk has a specific name in the older language, omajietoki, the hour when one meets the supernatural. Literally, the time to encounter demons. Dusk is not a transition. It is the moment when the boundary between the living world and what lies beyond it becomes permeable. Three-piece set. Omajietoki, literal, the time of meeting demons. Meaning, dusk, the liminal hour when the boundary between worlds grows thin, the classical Japanese site of longing and existential uncertainty. So when n-buna writes you 5 times in a row, he is not just repeating a word for musical effect. He is calling on a character that has carried liminality, longing, and the edge of ending for 800 years of verse. The sound you is already loaded before it even starts repeating. Now layer 2 of the tautology. The title. Abuku, bubble. In the Edo period, the word acquired a secondary meaning. Abukuzini, bubble money. Fortune that arrives without effort and vanishes without trace. It was a moral warning embedded in a noun. Easy money is not real money, because, like foam on water, it cannot last. Now look at liar game. Now wins a round. The money appears. Then the next game begins. The money was never real, it was always about to disappear. Abuku as a title carries both meanings at once. The foam of a soap bubble. And the Edo-era moral weight of abukuzini. The composer's public statements do not explicitly cite abukuzini, so I want to name this carefully. This is structural resonance, not stated intent. The composer chose the word. The history was already inside it. A bubble forms from nothing. Holds its shape briefly. Catches light. Is gone. That is the economy of the game now is trapped in. And, formally, it is also the logic of tautology. A statement that says the same thing twice, holds the shape for a moment, then collapses under its own weight. Earlier I said n-buna's tautology runs 4 layers deep. Now we can see all 4. Layer 1. His public statement about the song is written in the same looping grammar the song uses. Open with pray, close with pray. Layer 2. The lyrics swap sound for character. You, the leisurely one, to you, the evening one, keeping the phonetic form, shifting the semantic ground. Layer 3. The music video uses Penrose stairs and Escher-style impossible loops, images that circle back on themselves without resolution. Layer 4. Liar game as a narrative is itself a tautological machine. The game resets. The question is always who can you trust? There is no exit. 4 levels. Same shape. A loop that comes back to itself. n-buna said he wrote this song while writing about tautology. What he may not have fully accounted for is that the Japanese language itself is a tautological machine of a different kind, one that has been loading the character you with longing and liminality since the 13th century. He didn't invent the emotional weight of you. He just put 5 of them in a row. And let 800 years of dusk do the rest. One thing to try, before you go. The next time you read the lyrics to any J-pop song, look for the same kanji appearing more than once. 2 times. 3 times. 5 times. And ask, is this jugo, decorative repetition, or is the character being repeated until it stops meaning and starts sounding? Yorushika does this. Yosobi does this. Mr. Children has been doing it for 30 years. The move is everywhere, once you know how to look. Drop it in the comments. A song name, a line, a kanji that repeats. I read all of them. The best ones become future episodes. 2 resources I trust. Italki, if you want a tutor who will read song lyrics with you out loud and unpack the kanji choices subtitles flatten, link in the description. And Wanikani, if you and the rest of the U family are kanji you want to actually learn, also linked. Both support the channel at no cost to you. Listen to Abuku once more today. Spotify link in the description. Make it to the final chorus. Listen for what you is doing now that you know. Next time on Beyond the Subtitles, Yonezu Kenshi's Lemon. Where one title hides a 100-year-old Japanese literary ghost, and the composer admits he didn't know he was carrying it. I'm Beyond the Subtitles. Subscribe if any of this is the kind of thing you want more of. Until next time.